This video is going to show you how to create named anchor tags, which are really great when you have long pages with text and they allow you to link to a specific point within a page, and they also allow you to link from one page to a defined point on another page. But there has to be enough content on the page to make it like scroll for this to really matter. So regular links link to an entire document, and an anchor link is just going to link to a place on a document. And you need two things in order to make this work. You need a named entity. This is the point on the HTML page where you want your visitor to land, and you also need a link to that anchor. So let's just go through this. First of all, you have to create a document that has something in it you want to point the user to. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of text, like lots. Oops. So we have this really long document. And it may not need to be this long necessarily, but we're going to just go ahead and make sure I'm in the right place here and paste in this really long document that is floating because we have a silly style sheet in here. I don't know what I was doing in a previous demo, but we're going to make that stop now. Float left is going away, as well as width. Okay. All right, there. So now we have this very long document. And when I look at it in the browser, oh, it would help if I saved it, right? It goes on and on and on. Badly formatted, it's low contrast and very no space in between the paragraphs, but we're just going to roll with that for right now. Okay, so we will then say that this right here is important point. Normally it would have a far more meaningful title than this, like, you know, something that related to the website you're on, but we're going to just say there, important point number 1, and way down at the bottom we have important point number 2. So I'm just simply putting these in headers so we can easily see them. There we go. Okay. All right, so those are our important points. Now, if we want on this page or on this column here, in this column here, we will link to those points. So and important point number 2. All right, so what we need to do now is to say that this is what we want to link to. We're going to put our cursor in design view by the thing that we want to create an anchor for, and we're going to go to insert and then named anchor, and we'll call this point 1, and we have to remember how we named it, and then maybe we can get away with doing just this. Oh, look, that works out lovely. So we're going to do cursor right where point 2 is, insert anchor. Where are you named anchor? There you go. Point 2. And I don't know if it'll be so smooth this time. Let's see. I've got my point number 2 selected, and I'm going to go right there. Okay, so you see this kind of approach with like FAQs, like maybe all your FAQs are here and all your answers are. That's a really common use for this. And we'll preview in browser. So important point number 1, it shoots it to the top of the page. Important point number 2, it can't shoot to the top of the page because there's just not enough happening after this to make it to have enough text to bump it up. But it still gets us down there where we can see it and up here where we can see it. Now you can go one step further, and let me open up a page we've already created in a previous example. So we will say here, important point number 1. This is on our home page, and that is on our home page, and we want to link to the ones in this other page. I've called it named anchor, named anchors. It can be named anything under the sun that you want. That does not matter. We're going to start out by just saying named anchors for both of them. That's where we want to link to. But then we're going to go back to this first link and say named anchors, and we know because we wrote it down that point 1's anchor name is point 1. So much like an ID, it is the name of the page, pound, and then the name of the anchor, point 1. Here, same thing. Oops, I ended up linking that to the wrong thing. Named anchors, there we go. Okay, so the name of the page, pound, point 2. And it is case sensitive, space, you don't want spaces in these named anchors. So now what happens? Well, let's go and preview this in Firefox, and let's click on, there we go. So it took us to the page, and then it got us as close to point 2 as it possibly could. Here we go again. We're on our home page, and it's going to get us to important point number 2, just like that. So we're going from one page to another, and we're shooting to a specific spot on the page, and that is named anchors.